Welcome to Ephemera Files by Tommy and hashtag JJJC2023. And it has been a while because it's just been such a busy December. And then I was gone for the first few days of January. So I'm just now getting to this video. This is a challenge that is hosted by Dear Julie Julie, and you can check her out on YouTube at Dear Julie Julie. And there's a Facebook group that is Scrap All About It with Dear Julie Julie. Be sure to check those out. It's just a great community there. I feel very supported as an artist and as somebody who doesn't really know as much as she would like to. So I have this list of the things that we're going to use. This is a Just Junk journal challenge. And just a few months ago, I made a journal that was only junk, and I will link that below. But this time it's a challenge. That time my only guideline was that I didn't buy anything. It was all packaging and things like that. This time there are guidelines that I need to follow. So as I go through the guidelines for this, I'm going to show you what I have collected to use in this particular project. All right, first thing on the list is that it needs to be a certain size. It needs to be 4 inches by 8 inches or larger, and any type of binding. Then the finished journal has to have at least 60 pages. And all of these required elements that we have to make are going to have to be in the journal. We don't just get to make them and set them aside. Let's see, and then 4, sorry, I had to clean off my glasses, 4 more dyed pages, and that can be coffee, tea, vegetables, flowers, or water. And then 8 pages of Dear Julie Julie digitals. And it says that you can print onto other things, so I did do a couple of those. And then we are required to have stamping and stenciling and a closure just using junk. This is the challenging part of the challenge, it says right there. So here's our free item list, and we're only allowed the amount allowed. And so I'm going to scoot this over to the side. And then I'm going to show you the things that I have collected to use. The first thing is scissors. And it says any scissors. So I have 2. This is my fine cutting pair, and this is my regular everyday use. Let's see. Tape, but not washi. And we have already had, one of the things is a packing tape bookmark, and so I already have my packing tape in here. And then I have another kind of packing tape, but it's not see-through. It is the craft type packing tape, and I have masking tape. You're just not allowed to use washi tape because that's actually one of the things that we have to make. And let's see, next is a ruler. Here's my ruler, my favorite color. 1 pen, and I haven't picked a pen yet. I'm hoping that I can pick it later when I decide what it is that I need to use it to do. Let's see, we get 1 sponge or brush to go with 1 ink pad. So I've got my Distress Ink Black Soot and the little finger dauber sponge that I use with it. Let's see, next we have a stapler and staples, and I'm using my Tim Holtz Tiny Attacher. 1 piece of graph paper. It's on the bottom. And so here's my graph paper, and that's actually part of my binding kit, is how the instructions read, or how the clarifications read, I should say. Let's see, glue, but not glue mediums. And so I have a glue stick, and I have my Fabri-Tac. These are my 2 favorites. 1 punch or a crocodile, and I got my crocodile out. Let's see. An X-Acto knife, where'd it go? Or a craft knife, and I chose this one. This is my We Are Memory Keepers. Let's see, 1 glue eraser. I love this, and this is from Dollar Tree, and I think that's also where Julie got hers, and it works really well. And I've used this quite a bit, and it just barely shows anywhere. any wear, W-E-A-R, on the corners. Let's see, and then one single free item, and I chose my mister so that I would have access to some water. Let's see, and the binding kit. And in my binding kit, I have my awl, my thread, my needle, and this is what I use to poke the holes through the paper, so it's part of my binding kit, and 5 clips. And here are my 8 or more pages. This first one I printed on tracing paper, and I just love the translucent quality that I get with that. This one is printed on address label stickers, and so I have a whole bunch of stickers that I can use in different ways. Let's see, I'm going to go to my full sheets next. And I can't remember. I remember this is Antique Roses, and I have all 3 sets of the Antique Roses digitals that are available in Dear Julie Julie's shops. And then some of them, like this, came from another, I can't even remember if it is a kit or a freebie on the Facebook group or what it was, but it's beautiful, and I think it goes very well with the rest of it. And I printed this on ivory resume paper. And this looks like it's a cut apart, and it's probably meant to be a cut apart, but I'm not going to use it as a cut apart. So I will make a video on what I use it for. This was a Dear Julie Julie beginner kit, as was this one. See, and then we're back to the Antique Roses, and these are full pages. There's that one, into that one, that, which is the same one that is on the sticker paper. And I did recolor just a little bit because I needed it not to be so bright. These are not normally quite so ivory, they're very bright. And I wanted them to be just a little, what would be the word? More muted, I guess. Even though some of them are already what's that called on your camera when you make it? It's not vintage. It's, yeah, I'll think of it later. And so I also have these couple of sheets that are cut aparts. There's this one and this one. This was a freebie that was in the group at Christmas time, but I still think it goes with it. This was part of the Fabulous Flamingos collaboration. And then this was the most recent freebie on Julie's page. And I thought, you know what? That's perfect. I mean, there's some more blue, but look, there's blue, there's blue. And I printed this on parchment paper. And then forgot to take the parchment paper out when I printed my, my check-off list. So, there you go, there's that. I thought that was kind of funny. I'm like, well, okay, I have a fancy check-off list. All right, and then next was the 4 or more pages, dyed with coffee, tea, vegetables, flowers, or water. I have more than 4, and I don't even remember what all of them are. I know these are avocado because there is a lot of pink in the kit that I used. And I had some odd avocado papers. I don't know exactly what happened. Let's see. Those are all avocado. That one's avocado. This one is wine dyed. This one I believe those 2 are chamomile tea. This one is also wine dyed. These are turmeric dyed. You can see just a slight green tint to it. See, these are some very light beet dyed papers. Came out very faint. I have a coffee dyed envelope. I have some trash paper that I dyed, some trash graph paper. that I dyed, and I think that that one is also wine dyed. This is one of my, I call it matzo papers because it looks like a matzo cracker to me. This is another random tea bag because it was a mixed tea, and I sat it on this paper. This one was under it. Was that how it happened? Or maybe it was this way. You can kind of see the same shapes on there. I can't figure out how that, I think it was like that. Maybe, I don't know. And so that's what this one is straight. And then this one I re-dyed after putting it on that one with, I think that one's tea, black tea. I used a lot of different kinds of teas. I'm not going to go through all of them and say this is this and this is that, because honestly some of them I don't remember. This, I don't know that this one was dyed. I think that this was just a random piece of paper. Oh, this was from a really old photo album, and I thought the paper was really cool. And it is junk. You can't really use it for anything else other than this. These two papers are backings from t-shirt transfers, fabric transfers that you print in your printer, and then you can peel this part off after you iron it on. Well, I threw those into a dye bath. Let's see, this is avocado, and I don't know how this happened. Something to do with the reaction with the pan that I had. You can see that I had postcards and stuff in that same dye bath. And this is from that same one. I think maybe this was a mix of avocado and onion skins. I think I poured a bunch of stuff together after I did it. These are all threw away like print test pages that I overdyed, or you know, misprints that I overdyed, and you can't really see anything now except a random butterfly. And then, so I've got a lot of pages to choose from. I may use all of them. I may only use the 4 that I'm required. I don't know yet. All right, let's see. Now we'll get into the, you must use 8 or more of these somewhere in your journal. You don't have to use all of them. So I don't have everything that's on this list. I have several. So let's see, I did choose a calendar page. This is from 2020. And the roses, look at the roses. And 2020 was a wash anyway, so I don't feel bad of using that. Let's see what is next. Junk mail. I have probably a couple of handfuls of junk mail. I liked the color on this part and on the envelope there. And then these have the big pockets that I like. And then these are just really plain envelopes. These we got when we went on a cruise, I think. I think it was a cruise. Here's some more of the junk mail. And this is a whole envelope, no window. This is a windowed envelope, a privacy envelope. This from HelloFresh, look at the bumps on there. Can you see? I hope you can see the bumps. It just has a very cool texture, and so I definitely grabbed it. And then on the inside, it had these cards, and these cards are fairly stiff, and I can use those as a tool. I already asked permission. And then this envelope with these flowers on the front. I think that they're zinnias, but I'm not sure. But the color goes perfectly. Let's see. Packaging. This is packaging. My prescription came in it. And then these I grabbed. We went out to eat on our trip to Florida, and there were a group of us at the table, and our silverware was in these bags. And I said, everybody give me your bag. And so I picked those two. This one's a little bright, so I'm probably going to have to tone it down a little bit. But one of the things that we can use is junk. And I can take this wadded up piece of tissue paper, like from gift packages from Christmas. I just happened to grab some and put that over it, and it'll tone it down, and you'll still be able to see the roses. So that was playing cards. Let's see. Used tickets. Actually, I'm just going to get out of order now because I'm having to dig too much. We were allowed one garment, and I actually bought this garment. You'll probably have seen this in the Thrifty Thursday. I bought this several months ago to use for making a journal. And look at this. I have this netting. This is, you can, let's see. I don't know if I can get up in there. Yes, I can. See how sheer that is? And it's got the embroidery on it. And it's got this trim right here. And these buttons are gorgeous. And then it's got tassels here. And on the hem, it's got little bells. Are they bells? No, they're just pearls. They're not bells. And then it's also got this lining fabric. And so, yeah. I will stick a picture in here that shows the whole thing so that you can, the whole thing hanging up so that you can get a better look at it. A gift bag. One, we were allowed a gift bag and or a gift bag or a box. And so this, I bought my dress for my youngest daughter's wedding while we were in Florida, and this is the bag it came in. And I love the peachy pink. I love the gold on it. Down inside the bottom of the bag. Well, I can't get it out. Can you see that? Yes. Plus I can use this cording. And I was really happy with that. Let's see. This is wrapping paper, used wrapping paper. And I saved it because it's very pretty wrapping paper. I think a book I ordered came in that. And of course, I wasn't going to throw that away. Let's see. Game pieces. These are from a game that two of my grandkids got at McDonald's and they were not interested. There we go. It was a Connect 4 game that they got in McDonald's. They weren't interested in it. And so I'm thinking maybe I see a stamp there and right there's a stencil. And that's just the minimum I could use them for. There were tickets. There's a ticket. There's a ticket. They had to be used tickets. And so I tend, when I go places that that will have a drawing, and any non-winning tickets I will scoop up so that I can put them into my stash. And then I also have these stamps. I thought I had more stamps. Are they mixed in there? Okay, I was pretty sure that I had some green stamps in here and another red stamp. Anyway, I'll find them. Also, right here, those are some little rosebuds that came out of a bath bomb that I got for Christmas. And when the bath bomb dissolved, these were floating on the surface of my bath water, so I scooped them out. I don't know how I'll use them yet, but I'm going to try really hard to figure out a way. Now I'm wondering where my other stamps went. If I got mixed up and put them back into my little stamp box. Let's see. We've got... This is trash. I saved them. They were flyers from when we had our 30-year celebration of our company back in 2019. And so I have 2 of those. And it's printed on a nice heavy cardstock, so I can put stuff on the front of that and just have the cardstock for the back. And that was trash. And then these are misprints. I got my dad something for Christmas, and again, I can use the back of that as well. And this was a coffee jam, and then I dyed it. I think I just put water on it. No, it looks like there's a little bit of coffee in there. And here is a color catcher sheet. You put these into your washer and it keeps colors that might run from running onto all your other laundry. This one is pink, but I have some other colors that I may also incorporate. That was a Christmas card and my birthday card from my mom. And then I have these envelopes, these vellum envelopes that orders came in, and I saved them. Stamps came in these, and something that I ordered on Etsy came in that one. It was Julie actually suggested paint chips in the mini challenge and the challenge. I'm pretty sure that's what happened. So I grabbed a bunch of paint chips that I've been collecting for years. And apparently I like a lot of green, but I have no pink paint chips, no peach paint chips, because I didn't want to paint any of my rooms those colors. Oh, here's 2 more envelopes, and these are also vellum. They're a different kind of vellum. I think confetti came in these. And then these little bags were also orders. You can see it was stapled right through there. And so I added those in. You're allowed a used book. And this is one that I actually dismantled for a different challenge that I did a couple of months ago. And I still have the pages that were in this book. These are some of them. These are just the ones that either have pictures or they were pretty well blank on one side, because I knew I could use them. And I have the pockets and things that I made out of those pages. So even if I can't use the pockets that were pre-made, I can refer to those pockets and make new ones because I was allowed book pages. So, and if I have to switch my book in order to use the other ones, I'll do that. Let's see. And then I think I'm going to use this. This would be my linen piece, and I think I'll use it around the cover, but I'm not sure on this one yet. And then there's other things that I don't have one of, because you didn't have to use all of the things in this portion of the list. You don't have to use all those, but you need to use 8 of them. And so I may be able to pull something else in there. So I think that that is it. Now, a couple of things that I was able to add because I did the first mini challenge in the challenge. I was able to add this bag that oranges came in, which actually I've never used, and I think that it is pretty cool. We got a napkin, and I chose this napkin, and it had, because it had 6 panels, because I had a similar napkin, like a matching napkin, but it was the squares, and it only had 4 panels. And so I chose the one with more panels so I could work with it a little bit more. And then when I separated it, this was a 3-ply napkin. I'll keep this down here because maybe you can pick up the print on this one. This is a 3-ply napkin. I still haven't separated all the ply, but can you see the images on here? That is like the second, not second generation, I don't think, but maybe that word works on there. And then I can use the third one that is just plain for texture as just tissue paper. Let's see, also in that challenge, I got to pick up a dryer sheet, which I think I could have had a dryer sheet already because it was one of the anything junk, like my stamping off sheet here. This counts because it's junk. We're allowed to use something that is a stamping off piece. And that's a secondary stamping off piece. Let's see, and we got to pick up a stamp set, one stamp set, and I chose this one that is from By the Well for God, and it's roses. It's flower arrangements with roses. And we got to pick up another brush and another ink and a stamp block. So I have that, and I just noticed I have right here some tape that I took out of an old book. No, this was off of my needle book that I'm trying to not recover, but restore. And I took these off the cover. Well, look, that color goes perfectly with my stuff. And it's trash. I can't use it as tape anymore without gluing it onto something. So I'm probably going to stick those on there. Oh, and look, I have these pieces of cardboard. Now I'm just going to say, oh, and look, all over my desk. Because now I am getting excited and getting inspired. Not expired, I hope. So there you go. There is what I am planning to use for my January Just Junk Journal Challenge for 2023. That's hashtag JJJJ, that's 4 J's, JJJJC 2023. It is not too late to join the challenge. I will link Julie's introductory video below so that you can go over it. I am sure that I'm just going to keep finding junk, and we're allowed to, as long as it fits into the category and we don't exceed the limits. So I'm excited to see what everybody's going to come up with. I'm excited to see what I'm going to come up with. Thank you for joining me today. As always, be kind. Bye.